Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, representing the squad, and today we're going over an update for my Subterror Prediction Princess build. It's been quite a long time, I think about some months now since I've updated this deck. A lot of my other decks I've been picking up have kind of been just overshadowing my joy and passion for this deck, so it's kind of collected dust for a little bit, and I decided to pull them out and fix them up and make them look neat and presentable, and go ahead and do a deck profile because I was kind of feeling Subterrors today. So without further ado, let's hop right into the main deck. So we're starting off with your Terror Trays. Terror Trays are pretty solid engine in Subterrors because they have a lot of great flip effects, and being able to activate those on your opponent's turn with her assistance enables you to have multiple forms of disruption on the board, as well as being a monster reborn every single turn during each of your end phases for any flip effects, even from your hand she could special. That's pretty clutch. So she is in definition the extender of the deck. Like literally all she does is just do more of what you already do and do it better. There's no reason why I wouldn't play Subterror Prediction Princess. You can do pure, but I feel like what she does for the deck is just too good to like not run her. She's really strong. And then you're gonna have your Subterror monsters. So starting off with 3 copies of Stalagmo. I opted to maximize on Stalagmo because I actually like him a lot. There's some cool little combos that you can have if you pitch your Nemesis Warrior, which can help you out to set up future combos. But Stalagmo ultimately is just the draw power of the deck. He's a 28 body, and him being a level 10 matters a lot because he enables me to go into rank 10s, which are pretty strong. Even in this format, rank 10s are just really powerful. And then continuing with the rest of the behemoths, we played 2 Umastrix and 1 Ultimathus. So Umastrix is basically going to banish a monster. I think it targets. If it doesn't target, that's even better. No, it does. It targets a monster your opponent controls, and then you banish it. And every Subterror has an effect, other than their flip effects, that reads as this. Once per turn, when a face-up monster you control is flipped face down, if you control no face-up monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense. That combos very well with Instant Fusion for your Wind Fusion, the Invoked, which is Raijin. I do not play that in my build. My build is more focused and catered to Terror Tray and also Fiendus. I'm able to resolve their effects on special summoning from hand without the assistance of Instant Fusion. It's more pure and I like it that way. But you can do Instant Fusion if you want. And what Ultimathus is basically an Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. He has 3000 attack, which is incredible. His effect allows you to change all other face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position, which is actually insane because not only will it book your opponent's monsters, but it'll reset your flip effects so that you can do them again. He's really solid. Him in tandem with Terror Tray is going to be acting as a Conductor Tyranno. During either player's turn, you can use Terror Tray to flip him face up and then book their entire field. So that's pretty much it for your boss monsters. This deck doesn't actually need an extra deck. It's such a rare occasion when you actually go into the extra deck before games are over. It's just like, I like it that way. Like this deck, it's not one of those decks that's extra deck reliant and actually can do everything it needs to do just purely through the main deck, which is pretty impressive to me. I like it a lot. Now we have your Subterrors, your regular monsters, the Nemesises, and of course the best card in your deck is actually Fiendus. Fiendus is literally insane. There's so much good value out of this card. She's the most ridiculous hand trap I've seen in quite some time. She's just like everything that you need. She's Monster Reborn. She brings tutors from hand. She's a hand trap that protects. She summons herself with relative ease. Like, she's just insane. Fiendus is literally like, when you resolve it in this deck, you're so far ahead. It's like a god card. It's really good. I'm not an over exaggerator when I talk about stuff like, oh, when you resolve this, you win the duel. Nothing's guaranteed in Yu-Gi-Oh, especially in this meta. But resolving her does indeed put you so far ahead that all the other cards in your hand really won't even matter. She's that good. Like, Fiendus is the nuts. If you don't know what her effect is, you have to look her up. Then we have 3 copies of Nemesis Archer. One of the main reasons why I was able to play my Earth True King in the past, Lithosagam, and just popping her would just set you up very well. But she allows you to float. She does have an effect when she attacks defense monsters. I believe it's a face down defense monster. While you control another Subterror, you just shuffle into the deck. But her best effect is if she on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 Subterror monster from your deck, face up or face down defense, which is really strong. And that's what you're going to be using her for the most. She floats. She allows you to survive through OTKs, and also she sets you up because she'll just tutor out a behemoth directly from your deck. She's really solid. I like her at 3. Then you have 2 Nemesis Warrior. You can opt to play 3, but I feel like 2 is perfect. You could play the Rhoda to account for the 3rd, and he actually tutors himself from the graveyard. which is why like you don't really need two, but I feel like I still want to see this card. I don't always want to waste my field spell search of Hidden City on him, so I opted to play two of him and the Rhoda. This card is insane. It's going to tutor out any of your behemoths directly from your deck and set yourself up for your future combos. It's also insane to dump it off of Behemoth Fiendus, which is just crazy. The deck is really combo oriented, and one thing is Subterrors are not easy to play. That's another reason why I picked this deck up and I love it so much, because it's a challenge. It looks like the deck sucks, but you just have to be a good player to make this deck work. For your spells, you have 3 copies of the Hidden City. It's insane. It's grind game synergy. It's your searcher for your engine, and it also reflips them. Allows you to just reactivate effects, cock block attacks. It's a really solid field spell. You can live off of 1, but I played 3 of it, obviously because it's your searcher of the deck. It's 6 more copies of your Fiendus. I want to see Fiendus as quickly as possible, because instead of Instant Fusion, I like to just go Fiendus, effect, book, special, all the ones that I have from hand. And spicy tech, I stay with the spice. My deck profiles are never standard. I play 1 Las Vegas because it searches out your territory and also her ritual spell, and you play a lot of spells, and it allows you to recycle your spells to bring back territory, which will put your good engine cards back into your deck. And 3 Optimus Prime to search out the field spells. Now you can play 3 comfortably, even though the field spell is hard once per turn, because you have an optional additional search target, which is Ritual Sanctuary, which is a really solid target. So I like these. These all just search through your deck. Deck's pretty consistent. It has a lot of utility and a lot of ways to get you to the same cards. Then you have 3 pre-preparation of rights, the +1 that's going to get you straight to territory. 2 Pot of Desires. It's a +1 that's necessary, especially because this deck, when you don't have the right cards, it can be kind of bad. So just the chance to dig for 2 more that can possibly be the correct cards, I'm willing to take the potential chance of banishing cards I need. Then your 1-ofs, all your stacks are Rhoda, Foolish, 1-for-1, Monster Reborn, and Soul Charge. All of these are insane. If you open up with any of them, they progress your game state to a point where it shouldn't even be at this point. Like, these are the kind of cards when you draw them, it's not supposed to be fair, and it never really is. And then 3 ritual spells, which are just a prediction ritual to summon out your territory. You can also banish it and search another copy of her, which does come up. That's pretty much it for your spells. You play a lot of them. Pretty much every spell is going to cycle through your deck, minus probably like these 5, but everything else is going to get you to your engine cards. Foolish Burial is really strong in this deck as well for your Phoenix, your Archer, setting yourself up for future combos. And these are just really strong summoning enablers. Then I play 6 traps. I play 2 Final Battles, 2 Behemoth Burrowing, and 2 Metaverse. The most unique of all these traps is probably the Final Battle. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's really, all these traps are insane. Like, really, all of them are. Metaverse is here because it's really spicy. You activate this during your opponent's turn. You activate Hidden City. You use Hidden City's effect to search your Behemoth Fiendus, your Subterror Fiendus, and then you can activate her effect to piss her from hand, because she's a hand trap that virtually can negate like anything. She's crazy. Like, she can negate like anything. It's just, you search like a little baby spell speed 2 Judgment. Why would you not? It's really, really powerful. And also, it can combo off with Stalagmo. If you don't have a target to draw, you can use the Hidden City with this and search your target to draw. But it's really, really clutch for the combos with your Behemoth. Well, not your Behemoth, with your Fiendus, your Subterror Fiendus. She's just insane. So you play 2 Metaverse. Then 2 Behemoth Burrowing. This card, I'm going to read these because most people don't know what they do. You can banish 1 Subterror monster from your grave for the rest of the turn. Your face-out monsters you control cannot be destroyed or targeted by card effects. If this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can add 1 Subterror monster from your deck to your hand. Diagram pop this, search twice. Hello, somebody. We might try something like that. But it searches Subterror monsters, it protects your face downs, and you can banish it from your graveyard, target 1 Subterror monster you control, and change it to face down. So it's really strong. It has 3 effects. This trap has 4 effects, and you reset it like a scrap iron statue every single time. So you activate one of these effects, then set this card face down instead of sending it to the grave. Change 1 set Subterror monster on the field to face up attack or face up defense. So you flip your face down to face up. And this trap will recognize it whether it's face down or not. That's how it works. Change 1 face up Subterror monster on the field to face down. Attack and defense of 1 Subterror monster on the field become double. It combined its attack and defense original basically well, yeah, it become equal to its combined. So you're basically going to double its attack and defense. And then this turn, activating effects of Subterror cards cannot be negated. I think that's the most clutch one of all, because you're going to resolve anything, including your Behemoth Fiendus. And the way it works, like when the face down, because I know that I already can see in the comment section somebody's gonna comment like, you can't do that with face downs. When a monster on the field gets changed from face up position to face down, you can actually recognize what it is for at least, I think, 2 turns. And the way this trap works is whatever Fiendish monsters you can like special summon from your hand face down with their own effects, you can still use this trap and it'll recognize that it is a Subterror. I always have to say that because people always want to argue. I don't understand why so much people in the Yu-Gi-Oh community like to be trolls, but it's just, you want to clarify that just to clear the air so that there's no issues and misunderstandings and nobody being confused on how this trap works, because it's really great, but it's just hard to understand sometimes. The extra deck is a 2 Subterror Behemoth Fiendish. This card is not that good in this deck. I think it's better in my Shadow Princesses, but it is their Link monster, and it's not really, you're never going to be able to bring this out turn 1. That much is certain. Like, you have to use flip effect monsters. If you can special summon 2 flip effect monsters face up and then link summon with it, please let me know what you're doing with your Subterrors. But me personally, I can't really summon this turn 1. Like, maybe off of a Soul Charge, I can see that happening, or off of a Monster Reborn, I can see that happening. But it's really hard to special your Behemoths face down and then flip them face up the same turn, but have 2 of them. So like, you go into this after turn 1 and it's insane. And then you have a bunch of links, Topo, because you can actually abuse your Topo using like a bunch of different effects. You have Firewall Dragon, you have Saryuja Skull Dread, Borlo, best link 4s in the game. Curious is an interesting card, but it's really strong in this deck because you can dump your Burrowing and use this graveyard effect. You can dump your Fiendish, you can dump your Nemesis. There's like a lot of good cards that you can dump off of this, and adding back your 1-ups is really insane in Saki. The milling never really hurts. You can even dump Prediction Ritual just to search a Terror Tray later on in the duel. It's just a really, really nice card. All your monsters are pretty much, all your Subterrors are all Earth, but they're all different types. You have Warrior, Fairy, Spellcaster, Rock, Reptile, and Pyro. None of them are the same type, so this card is really easy to go into. And then more Link 3, Trigate. It's a rare occasion when you're able to do it, but once you're after turn 1, Subterrors can pretty much go off and spam the field. That's when you're able to make big boards like, you know, Firewall, Trigate, stuff like that. Because you literally just keep going off. Like, it's insane. But turn 1, the deck's pretty fragile in the sense that you have to set up first. And if you get hand trapped, it makes it harder to set up. But once you set up, you can go off after turn 1. And that's why I play a lot of links, because this deck can do so after turn 1. 2 Proxy Dragons. Protection actually does matter. And destroying the card that he points to does matter because it combos well with Nemesis Archer. Warrior, you can pop her with his effect and then trigger her effect to special from deck. So he's really, really cool as a combo piece. Then you have 2 ranked hands. True King of all Chlamydia, Baguska, and Tornado. I was like, it comes up when you can make rank 4s, and these are kind of like the most generically best rank 4s in the game. So I was like, let's play these. And that pretty much concludes my deck profile for Subterror, you guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. I stay with the spice. I'm always going to try my best to make a deck stand out and not look boring and standard. And I hope that you guys feel that I did a good job, because I really tried my hardest to like make this as good as it possibly can be without like taking it away from its original trajectory, which is like running a bunch of other stuff that doesn't really go with the deck, but it's meant to make it work. Like, I can understand like Instant Fusion, Ghost Tricks, all kinds of other stuff. There's other flip effect monsters that can work with this deck, but I just wanted to stick to as pure as possible. And the only reason why the Prediction Princess is in, besides her being steroids for flip effect, is because I love rituals. And if I can play rituals in a deck, I'm going to do it. I'm just that hard-headed. I love you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Stay tuned for future content. And I'm uploading like a beast. I'm trying to stay on top of my grind. Trying to make sure that this channel is like constantly booming, keeping your notifications blowing up. I'm the one that's making your phone vibrate all day, every day. It's not, he's not cheating on you, I promise. Peace out, y'all. You'll be hearing from me soon.